What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. It's Moses here, coming to y'all with another solo video today, talking about my World Series preview for y'all. Zay is going to be putting up a solo vid or two for y'all in the next coming days, so keep an eye out for that. But today, I'm going to talk about the Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. It has been an exciting MLB playoffs, to say the least. A lot of the teams that Zay and I thought were going to be making it through did not make it through. So might touch a little bit on that when I remember as I'm talking about it. But the main things I want to give to y'all are my breakdowns of each of the rosters for the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. Give you a breakdown of their lineups, give you a breakdown of their pitchers, who to watch out for. At the end, I will give you my World Series prediction. So let's jump right on into it. First, I'm going to talk about how we got here. So the Rangers, they swept the Tampa Bay Rays in the AL Wildcard Series. They swept the 1 seed Baltimore Orioles, like I called out, little selfless plug. I got to put that in there. Swept them in the divisional series. They then went on to take down the Houston Astros in the Battle of Texas in the ALCS in Game 7, 7-game series back and forth. Not a single home team won a game. That is very, very rare. Don't see that too often. So interesting series. See if that has any play in the World Series. On the other side, looking at the Diamondbacks, they swept the Brewers in their National League wildcard matchup. They swept the Dodgers, absolutely dismantling them in what was one of the bigger upsets the postseason, some could say. And then they took down the Philadelphia Phillies in a 7-game classic, back and forth, big hits, big pitching performances all around. Just a grind them out series, and they earned it, man. We neither Zay and I really batted an eye when it came to the Diamondbacks. You know, I actually had them going out in the wild card. So good on them. I said they were sleepy. I did not think they were this sleepy, but here they are, and their team got hot at the right time. So what can you say, man? Jumping into their lineup a little bit, the Diamondbacks have a unique lineup. They don't really have a guy that's their number one. You know, Corbin Carroll, probably going to be National League Rookie of the Year, is up there. Christian Walker's their big power threat. Ketel Marte has been their guy in the postseason, but it's kind of a full force attack for the Diamondbacks. You know, they don't have that standout guy, but Ketel Marte for them, as I said, he is almost batting. Sorry, he almost has an OPS of over 1,000. And then, as I talked about in my second half video, if you have an OPS over 1,000, you are among the elite. So he is absolutely killing it. Batting .358, has taken the most at bats for them. He's been their guy this postseason in the biggest moments, biggest hits. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., another guy with a lot of postseason experience coming over from the Astros, his first year with the Diamondbacks. He has been the guy that they needed in the postseason. You know, they made all these acquisitions in the offseason, trying to, you know, flip around their team. They were struggling last year, trying to get a good regular season, get into the playoffs, see what they could do. He ended up kind of kicking back into that Astros form that he had and has been one of their best hitters, one of their most reliable guys. Corbin Carroll, as I talked about, has been killing it, was essential in their Game 7 victory over the Phillies with multiple big hits and RBIs. Another guy I want to talk about, actually two real quick, Gabby Moreno and Alec Thomas, some young characters for the Diamondbacks, their catcher and their center fielder. They've put together a big needed postseason, a little bit of juice that they probably weren't expecting, especially offensively. But Alec Thomas kept them in with a big homer in, I believe, Game 6 of the NLCS. Gabby Moreno has had some huge home runs for them in some clutch situations. So all around, this team has just, and last but not least, Evan Longoria still kicking. He has made some amazing defensive plays for as old as he is. Still has that clutch bat here and there when you need him, but just all around, this D-backs lineup has been kicking, and they're going to need to continue that against the Rangers as they've had some really good starting pitching. But jumping over the Rangers lineup, the Rangers, they got those guys like Corey Seager. They got those guys like Marcus Semien. But Corey Seager has been huge for them. He came up big in Game 7. He's been batting .333. He actually has an OPS of over 1,000. He has a 1,000.127 OPS on base plus slugging. Him and Adolis Garcia have been a two-headed monster in their lineup, but that is on top of a numerous amount of guys such as Jonah Heim, such as Evan Carter, such as Mitch Garver coming in and having big hits, big at-bats, keeping them in games. So this team, man, they're going to need Marcus Semien to step up. He's only batting .192 in the postseason. He's yet to hit a home run. They're going to need a better performance from him out of the world in the World Series if they're going to want a good chance to win. Josh Young, third baseman for them. He's been having some good at bats, a couple big home runs here in the postseason. Going to need to keep it up. But they have these power guys that with one swing of the bat can change the game. So it's going to be a very interesting series from the batting perspective. Jumping over to the D-backs and their pitching, they have had the best closeout combo by far in the postseason. Paul Sewald closing it for them, and Kevin Ginkel as they're set up in the 7 or 8 or sometimes both, as he did against the Phillies to close them out. They have not allowed an earned run throughout the entire postseason. That is 8 innings pitched for Paul Sewald, including 6 saves, and that is 9 innings pitched for Kevin Ginkel. So these two guys have absolutely stepped up and closed out every game for the Diamondbacks when needed. If they've had a lead, the game's been over. They're going to need that to continue in the World Series. They cannot have a blown save, a blown hold, they got to have that continuous bullpen in this World Series matchup, or else they're going to have some issues. They're also going to need some of their left-handed pitchers to step up against this Texas Rangers lineup that's riddled with switch hitters. Guys like Joe Mantiply, who was an all-star this year. He's kind of struggled in the postseason, putting up a 5.06 ERA in 5 innings pitched. They're going to need more from them. They're going to need more from the young kid, Andrew Saalfrank, another lefty that's came in. He's posted a 5.4 ERA as well. They're going to need to get that figured out because, like I said, lots of good switch hitters in the Rangers lineup, a couple good lefties over there in their lineup. That's going to be the big thing for me, I think, is the D-backs left-handed pitching. Jumping over to the Rangers, they have had the most intriguing bullpen kind of, I don't know what to call it, scenario this whole year. Started out kind of good, ended awful. Was one of the main reasons I didn't have them going past Houston in the ALCS. Was Zay's main reason for not having them make it past the Baltimore Orioles. They have had some fairly solid pitching in the postseason. Jose Leclerc blew one game that comes to my mind. I might be missing another, but I believe it's only one blown save so far in the postseason. Going to need to keep that at that number, and they're going to need Another reliever to step up. They've had Josh Sborz, who's been probably one of their best relievers all year. He's come in 8.2 innings, 1.04 ERA. He's done his job. Aroldis Chapman's actually done his job. He can get kind of wild sometimes, can get kind of out of the zone and can't find it. He's gone 6.1 innings and posted a 1.42 ERA. They're going to need one more guy, I think, like a Will Smith, who was solid for them to start the year, to kind of make a bounce back in the World Series. Hopefully, if they're given the chance, we'll see if the Rangers even go and risk that. They might just stick with Sborz and Chapman and Leclerc and hope that their starters can get them through it. They've had Jordan Montgomery and Nathan Eovaldi killing it in their starting rotation. They have been the backbone for this team, honestly, that has gotten them this far with their great starts. Andrew Haney and Dane Dunning have come in as openers in a couple of games and done their job. So they're just going to need that one guy, I think, to step up in the bullpen and help them close out and win the World Series. I'm going to jump back to the D-backs. I apologize just because I didn't talk about their starters at all, really. Zach Gallen is going to start game 1 for them. As for the Rangers, it's going to be Nathan Eovaldi. Zach Gallen has had an unfortunate postseason. It's kind of his first postseason as a big leaguer, so it's a big step up from the regular season. It's a whole different ball game. So maybe he gets it figured out, finally worked out the kinks, and has a great game 1. They're going to need it. They're going to need Merrill Kelly to step up. They're going to need Brandon Pafat to have another great couple games if he gets the opportunity like he did in game 7. But the main thing is they're probably going to have another bullpen game because they don't have 4 or 5 great starters. They're going to need to probably steal at least – they got to steal one in Texas, I think, before they go back to Arizona, because that's most likely when one of their bullpen games is going to come into play. Big task for Zach Gallen and probably Merrill Kelly in game 1 or 2 in Texas. So we'll see if they can do that. Now, let's get to the prediction, the main thing that y'all are here for, all that analysis out of the way. I believe that my World Series champion for the 2022-23 MLB season is going to be the Texas Rangers. I just think they've made it this far. I unfortunately didn't have the guts to take them coming this far, but they've shown that they want to be here. They deserve to be here. And I just feel like it's all coming together for them. Obviously, you can say the same for the Diamondbacks. No one really saw them being in this position. They made a lot of good moves, like I talked about in the offseason, but not enough, I thought, to make it to the World Series. They picked up Seawald at the trade deadline. That was a big piece for them, but didn't really think too much about it because I didn't think they'd be in this position. So again, good on the Diamondbacks. This is an unbelievable year, successful year. Either way, win or loss in this World Series. I just think the Rangers have those guys that have the bats for the moments, Thomas, like I said, and Gabby Moreno, those younger guys, Corbin Carroll, they have made an impact and can possibly make an impact in this World Series. But I just think the experience and Bruce Bochy leading the level-headed Rangers is going to keep them afloat and have them winning the World Series. I'm going to go in 6. I'm going to give them a 6-game World Series W. Like I said, Zach Gallen, Nathan Eovaldi, game 1 tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting game. I think it's probably going to be a pitching duel, is what I'd say based on gut reaction. Nathan Eovaldi's been killing it. Zach Gallen trying to find his groove again. I think he's going to come out and want to make an impact. So I expect the pitching duel tomorrow, and we'll see where the series go. But I got the Rangers in 6. So there's my video on the World Series preview for y'all. I appreciate y'all for stopping in and listening. Please like, share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies about the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. And last but not least, don't think I forgot, we got the song of the pod. And to go along with my pick, and to go along with this weekend vibe, Halloween coming up, I'm going to go with Texas Cyclone by Sauce Walka. Shout out Mike for putting me on. Featuring, the feature's big, Travis Scott. Great song. Feels like a Travis song. He does his thing. Classic Trav. 2019 drop. Go listen. Go enjoy the weekend. Have fun. Be safe. Tell your family and friends about Flagrant Talk. And we will see you when I see ya. Later, everyone. Thanks again. Peace.